Welcome students to lecture 5 of magnetic effects of current. In this session we are going to discuss about the one of the important component of devices like motors, pump, fan, mixers, washing machines, that is called electric motor. So in this session we are going to discuss in detail about electric motor, what is electric motor, what is the working principle of motor and construction of motor. We are going to discuss in detail in this session. So let us begin the session. First we should know what is an electric motor. So electric motor nothing but it is a device. So a device which converts electric energy into mechanical energy. Sir, what is the meaning of this? So the device is converting one form of energy into another form of energy. So what energy we are giving to the device? Electric energy we are giving, that is converting into mechanical energy. Let us take some example. So in washing machines we have a tub inside it. So as the tubs are rotating inside the washing machine, that will be attached to one rotor. So the tubs are rotating as we are passing the current. So when the current passes through this, the motor is rotating. Along with the motor in the washing machine, the tub in it also rotating. So here what is the duty of the rotor? To convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. In the same way, in fans, it may be in a table fan or ceiling fan, whatever it may be, any fan is contains of a component in it that is known to be motor. So electric motor, so when you pass the current through the electric motor, the motor is rotating. Along with the motor, the blades of the fan also rotating. So here it is converting electrical energy into mechanical energy. In the same way, mixtures, so in mixtures we have a blade attached to that. It is nothing but rotor. We are keeping a bowl attaching to the rotor. So rotor is nothing but it is an axle, so which is connected to the motor. So as the current passes through the motor is rotating. Along with the motor, the blades in the plate also is rotating. So in all the cases we are observing the conversion of electrical energy into mechanical energy. Any device, so any device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy is known to be electric motor. Sir, what is the working principle of a motor? The working principle of a motor is depends on when a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, it experiences some force. Due to that force acting on the conductor, it is deflecting in the magnetic field. That is working principle of a electric motor. So in detail, if you want to discuss the working principle, so we know that already when we place a conductor in a coil, a conductor in a magnetic field which carries a current I and length L and makes an angle theta with the field, then what is the force experienced by the conductor? F is equals to ILB sin theta. So instead of in the form of the conductor, I am taking that current carrying conductor in the form of a coil. So when I am placing a coil in a magnetic field, so what happens? The coil is made of 4 arms. For suppose arms of the coil I am taking A, B, C, D. So when I am connecting the two ends of the coil to a battery, so which passes the current into the coil. This is the direction of current in the coil. Through arm AB the current is entering, through arm CD the current is leaving. Now let us find out the force acting on this. So what is the magnitude of force acting on AB? So if you observe the figure carefully, the orientation of the coil, the arms AB and CD are perpendicular to the magnetic field. So when the arms are perpendicular to the magnetic field, they experience a maximum force on the arms due to magnetic field, that is F is equals to ILB sin 90, because the angle between arm AB and CD with respect to magnetic field is 90. Therefore we are going to get F is equals to ILB is the force acting on arm AB and CD. Then what about arms BC and DA? So BC and DA are in the direction of the field and opposite to field, that is theta equals to 0 and theta equals to 180. Therefore net force experienced by the arm BC and CD will be, arm BC and DA will be 0. Now let us take, according to Fleming's left hand rule. We know that what is Fleming's left hand rule? When we stretch our forefinger, central finger and thumb mutually perpendicular to each other, forefinger we have to place in the direction of magnetic field and central finger we need to place in the direction of current, and the direction of thumb gives the force acting on the conductor. Now let us apply the same FLR to the coil. So arm AB and arm CD. So let us see. So this is the direction of the current in AB and this is the direction of the magnetic field, and then the direction of the force acting on the arm AB will be downwards. So these are three perpendicular axes. Now let us see in case of arm CD. That means if the magnetic field pushes the coil downwards. Now let us see on CD. So this is the direction of the current and magnetic field and direction of the force. That means the magnetic field pushes the arm CD upward direction. So when the two equal and opposite forces acting on the same body at two different points, they produces or they constitutes a couple. So due to this development of couple, so what will happen? The couple will be able to rotate the coil in the magnetic field. The turning effect of force is known to be torque. So torque acting on a coil is equals to NIAB sin theta. That means when the coil is placed perpendicular to the magnetic field, so torque acting on it is maximum. If theta equals to 90, torque acting on it is maximum, that is equals to NIAB. Sir, what is the value of this N? So N is nothing but number of turns in the coil, and A, strength of the current in the coil, I is strength of current in the coil, and A is area of the coil, and B is magnetic field strength in which the coil is placed. If any one of the quantity is increased, we can increase the torque acting on the coil. So as much of torque increases, the number of rotations of the coil will also increase. That means we can increase the number of rotations made by the coil in a magnetic field by increasing the number of turns, by increasing the current, by increasing the area of coil, by increasing the strength of the magnetic field. So in this way we can increase the speed of a coil. So this is the working principle of a electric motor. So in simple words we can write, when a current carrying coil placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force or experiences a torque. So on this principle the electric motor will works. In another way also we can say it works on the principle of the motion of conductor placed in a magnetic field according to Fleming's left hand rule. So this is also known to be a working principle of electric motor. Now let us see the construction of the electric motor. Sir, what are the main parts of the electric motor? So any motor is made of four essential parts. So one is a strong magnet. So why the strong magnet is required? What is the working principle? Definitely a current carrying conductor should be placed in the magnetic field. So to get the maximum magnetic field we are taking a strong magnet, so which has concave shaped. So concave shaped magnet is selected for creating the radial magnetic field. So this is the shape of the magnetic poles of a strong magnet. Next, second one is armature. So armature is nothing but it is the composition of a two parts. One is coil and another one is shaft. So shaft or axle. So what is coil? So coil nothing but on a rectangular frame there are insulated copper wires wounded very closely on it. So with a single coil we are not going to get that much of turning effect. That's why number of turns will be arranged on the rectangular coil. And what is shaft? Shaft is nothing but it is a rod or it is an axle, so on which the armature is mounted. So along with the armature or along with the shaft the coil is also rotating in the magnetic field. So as many number of turns increases, the torque acting on the conductor will also increases, then its rotation will be also more. Then third part is half rings, or they are also known to be split rings. So split rings, the duty of the split rings we will discuss in detail when we are going to discuss about the working of a motor. So two slip rings will be here, S1 and S2, and the two ends of the armature is attached to one the other of the split rings. And the last one is very important, that is carbon brushes. So these carbon brushes are nothing but these are the contact points for the split rings through which the current is entering into the coil and leaving the coil. So these will be attached to the slip rings. When there is contact established between slip rings and carbon brushes, then only the flow of current will be exist in the coil, otherwise there is no flow of current. So when they will flow the current? When the carbon brushes in contact with the slip rings. So when they are like this, the contact is established, then only the current is entering into the coil. So when the orientation of the split rings is like this. So there is a gap between carbon brushes and the split rings. That's why there is no flow of the current into the coil. So this is the making and breaking of the circuit with help of the carbon brushes and as well as the split rings. Now we will add all these four essential parts to design the electric motor. So first we need a strong magnet. The strong magnet has what kind of poles? So concave shaped poles. So north pole and the other is south pole. So what kind of poles are these? Concave shaped poles. So within the poles of the magnet, we are going to place the coil. The coil is placed in the magnetic field. Now here the ends of the coil is welded to the split rings. So two ends are connected to two split rings S1 and S2. So as the coil is rotating, along with the coil and along with the axle, the split rings also rotating. And next one is carbon brushes. So carbon brushes will establish the contact between the battery and as well as the coil. Look at it is connected to the two brushes B1, B2 are connected to the battery. So this is axle or shaft, and this is armature and concave shaped magnet, and split rings and carbon brushes. So this is the construction of a motor. Now let us discuss about working of a motor. So how the motor will work, we will discuss in detail. At first we need to place the coil in the magnetic field in such a way that the arms AB and CD are perpendicular. See, this is the first orientation of the coil in the magnetic field, right? So in this orientation, the carbon brushes in contact with the slip rings S1, S2, and current is entering through arm AB and leaving through arm CD. So here when the current is entering through the coil, what happens? There is a torque developing on the coil due to the magnetic force acting on the current carrying coil. So the downward force on AB, upward force on CD, then it will constitute a couple that is going to rotate in the magnetic field. So that means next the position of the coil in the magnetic field will be like this. That is after 1/4 of revolution or 1/4 rotation. So after 1/4 rotation, the position of the split rings will be like this. When the position of the split rings is changes, there is no contact established between the split rings and as well as the battery. So when there is no current, the circuit is break now. Now the circuit is in off mode. When the circuit is in off mode, there is no flow of the current in the circuit. Even though there is no flow of the current in the circuit, the coil makes further rotation to next 1/4. So 1/4 to next 1/4 rotation it will make. Sir, how it will make? Even there is no current is in the coil. If I is equals to 0, there is no force acting on it. If there is no force acting on it, how the coil is makes further 1/4 rotation? So because of rotational inertia. So because of rotational inertia, it is going to rotate further 1/4 rotation. Why? What is mean by inertia? Inertia nothing but not interested to change the state due to sudden change. That is known to be inertia. I will give one example for this. When we off the switch of a fan, the fan will never comes into rest immediately as soon as off the switch. So what will happen? After some time only the fan will comes into rest because of rotational inertia. Slowly the fan is coming into rest, not at the same time when you switch off the fan it won't comes into rest because it is in motion. What kind of motion? Rotational motion. Because of rotational motion it has some inertia. That inertia is known to be rotational inertia. So with that inertia only it is going to make further 1/4 revolution. Now the orientation of the coil in the magnetic field will be like this. So with change in sides, now here this is S1 and S2, S1, S2. Now this will be changed to this S1, S2. So when S1, S2, that means the split rings are aligned like this. There is a contact established between the carbon brushes and the coil. That means the current flows in the coil. Right now, in this case, the direction of the current will be D to C and B to A. So CB. So here the force acting on the arm CD downwards, AB upwards. If you observe clearly, in arm AB, the direction of the current upwards in initial position. After 1/4 revolution, the direction of the current is going to change in downwards. That means the main use of the split rings is used to change the direction of the current. That means the split rings acts like commutator. What is mean by commutator? Commutator is nothing but it is a device which changes the flow of direction of the current. So here in arm AB, initially the direction of the current is upward, and here after a 1/4 revolution, due to change in the orientation of the coil, the direction of the current in arm AB will be downwards. So this is the duty of the split ring. So the split rings acts like a commutator. So commutator nothing but changing the direction of the current. Next, further 1/4 revolution. So further 1/4 revolution, what will happen? So for further 1/4 revolution, again the orientation will be like this. So further 1/4 revolution, the coil will orient like this. So this will be AB, TC, and now there is no contact established between commutator and carbon brushes. So even though there is no contact due to inertia, rotational inertia, again the coil is going to rotate 1/4 revolution. So after 1/4 revolution, again the orientation of the coil is reaches to the initial orientation. So now again here the arm AB will comes and CD. So this is after complete revolution, again it is going to start its rotation in the magnetic field. So see here, this is the initial orientation. So when initial orientation, the force acting on it is, so due to force acting on arm AB downwards, arm CD upwards, the coil is rotating due to turning effect or due to torque acting on it. So after 1/4 revolution, what happened? The split rings are going to change its position. There is no contact between the carbon brushes and split rings. Even though there is no contact, but due to rotational inertia, the coil will make further 1/4 revolution. Now the orientation will be, the direction of current in CD will be upwards, AB will be downwards. So here the commutators are going to change the direction of current in the arms of the coil. The duty of the split rings should acts like a commutator. Next, further 1/4 revolution, it is rotating, and then after further 1/4 revolution, there is a no contact established between commutator and carbon brushes and no flow of the current. And even though there is no flow of the current due to rotational inertia, again it will reaches to the initial orientation. So like this, the coil is continuously experiences a force, so due to magnetic field, so and due to turning effect, continuously it makes number of rotations. As many rotations are made by the coil, the efficiency of the motor will be more. So generally you can heard this term. So the motor in a so and so particular device has 2000 rotations per minute. What is the meaning of this? That means it completes 2000 rotations in 1 minute. That means in 60 seconds it completes 2000 rotations. As many number of rotations made by the motor, it has more efficient. Okay, now if it is more efficient, then automatically we can get a greater output in the form of mechanical energy. So simply to increase the input of a electric motor, so what we have to do, so we need to increase the number of coils or number of turns in a coil. If the number of turns in a coil increases, the number of rotations made by the coil in the magnetic field will also increases. And then by increasing strength of the current, if the strength of current increases, the number of rotations will also increases. Next, area. So as the area of the loop or coil is more, then it will make the number of rotation because of greater magnetic force experienced by the coil. And then field intensity. So if the field intensity maximum, automatically we are going to get a greater strength of the force due to magnetic field. Okay na? So here this is after 1/4 revolution, this is after half revolution, and this is after 3/4 revolution, and this is after one revolution. Again after one revolution it is going to orient as initial position. So in this way a motor will works. It is a very important component in a devices. So thank you. Stay safe.